What I got was turn it over, inside out. Now it looks the same. Yeah. So the geometry works just like that in this case. Some of them are dangerous to open up because they won't come back to the same shape. You can use other types of paper. This is much thinner and lighter. It's handmade Japanese paper, mulberry paper, and in fact, this is all one piece. Okay, so after a while, you fold a lot of bowls and plates and things, and you get tired and you say, what else can I do? So I started out by making a lot of smaller and larger bowls. But after a while, you say, well, I can put something inside it as well. And so these three balls are made from the same piece of paper as the rest of the
but still not cut.
No cutting. The only part where I cheated a little is that, so I, see, they're pretty sturdy, and that's because there's extra paper inside them. So I made sure I could get enough paper here to make the balls round, and then I stuffed them with paper. If you look really carefully, here's how it's made. The pleats here are fairly thin, but there's a lot more of them here. So there's extra paper. That's the planning you need to do. Extra paper that allows you to make things in addition to the stuff. Sometimes you get a shape that looks like something you might use for other things. Sometimes you can actually create a more representational thing. Again, because nobody likes this curry paper, I call this curry monster. But I need to explore this further.
Yeah, I can post that somewhere.
So if we were to go out to lunch, would you end up folding all the napkins on?
I have left little things folded in addition to tips. But,
That is so awesome.
so one of the questions I have been asked is what you can do with it after folding. So this is an attempt to add to make it more durable or sturdier, but it ends up looking like a piece of plastic, and I'm not sure I like that. There might be better ways to do it. This is with what's it called? Urethane. Yes, one of them. Yeah, there's a particular brand name I'm trying to remember.
The spray or something.
No, it's a two-component thing that you mix up and then,
an epoxy.
It's self-leveling also. They use it to make tabletops, I guess. But then you can try to use other materials as well, and so metal is durable.
That's beautiful.
Copper is beautiful, and in fact you can fold it. But there are some differences. Paper will let you fold it and unfold it, and you can open all of these up to flat pieces of paper, and you can refold them. With copper, once you fold, you're not really folding so much as bending and stretching, and trying to unfold it leaves marks and ridges, and so any error you make is there, and it will stay.
Are you heating it while you're folding to make it softer or anything?
No, this is soft enough. You can come up and touch it later. If you bend the corners a little, nothing bad will happen to it, but you'll see how soft it really is. The reason it feels much sturdier now is that all the pleats are in the place, and there are about 9 layers in each spot of this now. But it's 36 gauge copper foil, 0.005, and it's fairly floppy at this size. This is 36 inches square to start. So
That's amazing.
That's
Do you
beautiful.
start folding from the outside in or from the inside out?
depends on what I'm making. So this is made from the inside out. This is made from outside in. This is made partly from inside out, partly from outside in. So on 2 of the sides you start inside out, on 2 of the sides you start outside in. There are lots of combinations. Just systematically exploring them is something you do forever. But at some point you want to try and say, oh, what is it that I can do next? What else is there? And you can try combining bits and pieces. So I still think you can get almost any kind of surface from this if you combine them carefully, but it requires so much planning that I'm not really sure how to do it yet. So there's trade-off between the time spent in planning and the time spent in folding, and it just depends on what you want to do. So I've made several of these from copper. The nice thing about them is, unlike most of other origami and folding, once you make a fold, you don't have to undo it ever. So all of these are made so that you make a fold and it stays. You don't touch it again, which makes it possible to work with copper. So for this, I really only need a table with a reasonably sharp edge, currently the kitchen island, a ruler, and then I leave fingerprints on it because I don't like folding with gloves on, so I don't have to sign them.
So before you do a piece, you know what you plan, you know exactly.
Most of the time I do. Most of the time I know what I want to do. And I have and then if I know what I want to do, I try to come up with a sequence of folds that produces that outcome. And then I just have to actually get through it. So you can also feel what the Alpenheim paper is like. Considering that for other paper to look at. This is a newer thing that looks a little different.
Oh.
And this is one more of these that you can so some of these are, a couple of them actually show different colors on the two sides because I bonded together 2 sheets of paper with metal cellulose.
Could you show me the inside of that? Do you mind?